want to make sure I take a moment to thank the people that help make this video possible. I consider you producers of this channel and of this show. Without your support, these videos would not be possible. So I'd like to thank Rags, Comic Boom, Pop Size, The Frag Minion, Warren JB, Lynchnut, David Osenwitz, sorry if I mispronounced your name, and a penny for your dimes. I also want to thank the people that like to remain anonymous and anybody else that has contributed to this channel in the past. Without your support, these videos would not be possible. If you find yourself in a position you can help and you want to see your name here too as a producer credit, go ahead and look down in the links below. There will be a Patreon, a subscribe star, as well as a one-time donation, and you can see your name up here too. Thank you. Hello, Fruit Force. This is Captain Fruit reporting for duty, and just so you get a heads up, just in case I sound a little different, I think I'm at the tail end of the flu here, so hopefully I don't sound as bad, but I still have a little bit of a cough. And today I'm going to be reviewing Batman issue number 90. Yes, still the aftermath. We're moving on from the Tom King disaster. Once again, I'm not taking cheap shots at Tom King. I just didn't really care for his Batman work. Where issue 90 and this story arc is written by James Tynion IV. The art is by George Jimenez and Tomeu Morey. Once again, I apologize. I butcher names here. But otherwise, getting into it, if you haven't watched my previous video on Batman, I greatly enjoyed issue 89, and I don't think I feel any differently about issue 90 as well. Before I get into it, though, if you're interested and you want to help me in my comic book that I'm working on currently, my goal with my comic book, the C-List, is to have it completely done and put together everything before putting it up for crowdfunding or anything for the shipping in that regard. So one of the ways you can really help me out is just getting notice to this channel so I can promote it better. So like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. That'd be great. And if you find yourself in a financial position where you can help, that would be wonderful too. And you can do that for as little as $1 a month on our subscribe store or on our Patreon. And that money's going towards helping me save up for an artist to get that to get the artwork starting to go on there. So anyway, this issue is a pretty cool issue to talk about it. I'm really liking the direction and overall how things are going so far. So we start off with Deathstroke having the bat drones kind of things going after him because Batman's allowing, believe it or not, Harley Quinn to utilize those, but he's got a way to sever the ties for her to have that if she gets too out of hand and too out of control. But where this comic book really dives into is the discussion between Batman and Catwoman about what happened. How did this come into play? What were the secret that you were keeping from me? And that it's a bit interesting because I think it leads to some conspiracy theories and things that you could get out of this particular issue. So you got them in the rain and they're talking, so it gives a nice atmosphere to the comic book, and I think they did a good job. So we get a flashback then to what happened, and we have Joker, the Penguin, the Riddler, and Catwoman all getting called in, and they take a boat to this eerie kind of house called the TARDIS house to meet none other than the designer. And I'm not a big fan of the design of the designer, but there's a couple conspiracy theories we can use here that I think are worth exploring. Who is the designer? Are they really a major character in any way? Are they going to be a throwaway character? But you look at the character itself, he's got a tie on. Could this be one of the three Jokers? One must ask that and consider it. Is that a possibility? This is a continuation on that. Well, anyway, this designer, we're getting more talk, getting filled into the story about this designer, and it's fleshing out the character a little bit, but yet still leaving a lot of mystery. So we have this nice story where Catwoman's telling Batman this, and it's pretty interesting. I will say I really like the artwork here. You could see that Batman's not exactly happy, and you can see that Catwoman's not proud either. And I think the artwork displays that really good. And so she continues the story about how the designer takes each one in and pretty much tells them how they can be a better version of themselves, how they can take what they're doing now and up their game to the next level. But then when the Joker comes in there, that's where things change. When the Joker gets in there, because Joker's pretty darn nutbag, absolute crazy. I mean, he makes the other ones, puts the other ones to shame. Well, after the Joker goes there, the designer wants to kill him. So it's, he's going to try to kill all of them. Well, it ends up the Joker supposedly kills the designer. Now, here is another conspiracy theory. What if the Joker didn't kill the designer? What if this is all part of the grand scheme? Now, think about it. Is this one of Joker's big schemes? Is this maybe a new character designer is scheming with the designer and he's really not dead to give this more power and more emphasis? Because now the designer's back, supposedly, and, who is this designer? Because supposedly he was dead. But is he dead? Is this his kid or somebody else going for revenge? Was the designer never really dead? Did he not get killed? Was this all a scam in the first place set up by the Joker? It leaves a lot of question marks that you could really consider there. Maybe was it just somebody posing as the designer when the designer really is the Joker, and so he just had somebody in a suit do some talking and then killed him to throw people off the track? Is this the grand design of the Joker or not? I mean, it is a designer. I mean, designs big schemes. Could this be just a grand design of the Joker? And we don't know that yet. But Batman's about to look into it and find everything. And next issue is the cost. And I don't know about you, but I'm really interested to see where this story goes. I like what I've read so far. I've greatly enjoyed the art. If you left the Batman series because you weren't happy with the Tom King story, I recommend going back and getting the start of this arc and reading it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll be very happy with the direction that Batman's going. Artwork and story both are on fire. They're both lit. Go out and get this book. I do not think you'll be disappointed. Well, thank you everyone for your time, and until next time, keep it frugal.